Hey, it's Alan Tudyk. I just wanted to reach out and welcome you, along with the Duke of Wesselton, who would like to say, welcome to Magic Our Way, I suppose, with Kevin and Danny, Eli, and now with Rachel. Not a big welcomer, but okay, welcome. And then also K2SO. And there's a fresh one if you mouth off again.
Jumbo, everyone!
Harambe!
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way!
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast.
They are truly magical and whatnot.
Asante Sana, everyone! You're listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana. And on this show, we invite you to feel the libation.
Feel it, feel it!
We are artistic buffs talking about Disney stuff, and this is a show in which every opinion is welcome. MagicOurWay.com is where you can find us for this show. We discuss Danny and Eli's May 2023 trip to Walt Disney World, thanks to Rachel.
I'm so excited.
Yes, I'm excited too, for sure. And look, this isn't your typical polished practice Pixie Dust and Disney podcast. No way. We're not online every day trying to book a galactic Star Cruiser vacation before it closes.
That's right, Kev. We're here to drink, talk some Disney, and tell y'all all about our fabulous Disney vacation.
That's right. It's as simple as that.
My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
I'm Eli.
I'm Rachel.
And as always, we hope everyone out there in Mohican Land had a great week. How's everybody doing in studio?
Oh, man, I'm dealing with the Disney blues, man. We were begging for one more day. We wanted
one more day.
One more day.
One more day. Keep
later
sweat baking.
flight. Yeah, anything that we could have got. So, yeah, we came back not in the best of mood.
Oh,
yeah.
Work surely didn't make it any better. But, hey, it's Memorial Day weekend, 3-day weekend.
There you go.
So we're happy about that. How about you guys?
Oh, I'm with you, man. Work was rough this week, so I'm thankful for the 3-day weekend. It was just not good.
Just not good.
Just not good.
Rachel, are you done with school yet?
No, I still have 3 more weeks.
Oh, no.
3 more weeks.
Yeah,
Ooh.
3 more weeks. We're good, though. But yeah, I spent the beginning of this weekend at a softball tournament, so we've gotten some sun. It was 90 here today, which is crazy for New Hampshire in May.
Yeah, that's hotter than us.
Yeah, we only had 85.
Yeah, we're just on the 80s.
Hotter here.
Damn.
But yeah, so a nice weekend so far, and tomorrow I'm hoping for a pool and a burger.
There you go.
Well deserved, I'm sure.
Yes, I like that.
Earned
Good
it.
combo.
Eli, did you go back to work, or did you take the rest of the week off?
I actually took off an extra day.
There you go.
I had I call it an adjusted
Buffer
day.
Yeah.
So had we have got the extra day, it would have rolled right into that.
And then you
So
wouldn't have had any buffer.
I would have had the buffer, but I'd been fine with that. But, it's good to be back and safe and all and to talk about everything. But, yeah, it made me hunker to go right back.
Right. Well, that's good.
For sure.
That's good. Well, I mean, we're about to do that a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
To revisit you guys' trip and revisit the fond memories that you have made. So what you say, enough of our jibber jabber, let's get to it, huh? Here we are on the hub, the main topic segment of our show. And as we alluded to at the intro, during the intro, we're talking about y'all's trip, or Danny and Eli's, let me specify y'all's, but y'all's trip to Walt Disney World in May 2023. And I'm very excited to hear this because y'all experienced some new things that reopened as well as things that opened that I wasn't get a chance to check out. And so I'm very excited to hear all the eats, all the deets, and all that, man.
All the tea.
Yeah, where do you want to start, man?
We're here to give it all to you, man.
Yes.
Well, I guess first things first. If you're expecting another tale of Disney drama and woe, I'm going to be sorry to disappoint you this time out. This Disney vacay was actually one of the smoothest and easiest that we've had since we've started visiting the parks.
Hey, all right.
Very much
That's
so.
good.
And a lot of that credit is owed in no small part to the official travel agent of the Magic Our Way podcast, Rachel Roberry.
Hey.
Hey, happy to help.
Yes, y'all weren't here a minute ago, but my wife was in here talking to Rachel, and we couldn't get her off the microphone because she was thanking Rachel so profusely. Yes, just gushing, praising Rachel. Rachel was great every step of the way. When we needed her to get up early, buy Genie Plus, individual lightning lanes, join virtual queues. She took care of it. Everything. Hell, there were times I even forgot to make Lightning Lane selections, and I logged into the app and found out Rachel had already booked into one. I mean, it was awesome. Nothing against any other travel agent. I'm sure it helped that the parks weren't nearly as crowded as they've been in years past.
For sure.
But just being honest, Rachel's knowledge and prowess is unmatched.
Yeah.
She's the only travel agent I've ever booked with who actually beat me into signing myself up for a virtual queue.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll never forget that. We were both up at 7 in the morning trying to put in for Remy's Ratatouille adventure when we joined y'all, and I'm bummed. I'm like, oh, shoot, I didn't get it. Turns out I had it. Rachel got it before I could even get it.
Nice.
That's never happened before.
Love it.
There was never a thing when Danny said he was going to talk to Rachel and he went to book it. It wasn't like, oh, we didn't get a chance to do that for that day. It was happening that day.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
There wasn't a single dining reservation that we wanted that she didn't get for us.
Ooh.
And not only just got the reservation, but the exact time we needed it. And we weren't booking easy to get restaurants. We were booking Narcoossee's, California Grills, Takumi Thai.
Oh,
you name it, all the hard ones. Well, you know what? I tell a lie. There was one we didn't get, and it was because I didn't even know I won it until like a day or two before we left. Because I wanted to see the inside of Space 220.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But I heard enough negative about the food that I just thought better of it. And I happened to mention that to y'all while we were recording last, and Rachel said, well, you could have always booked the Space 220 lounge. I didn't even know that was an option.
Yeah.
Disney podcaster, try to pay attention to this stuff, had no idea that was an option. So we started looking, even though we only had a couple days left, we started looking, and the day before we're set to leave, I'm waiting for my daughter's graduation to start when I check and I see that there's a table available for Space 220 at lunch.
Nice.
So I grab it, and I text Rachel. I'm like, great news. I grabbed a table for lunch at Space 220. We'll just order an app, we'll order some drinks, and that'll be that. And Rachel's like, yeah, Space 220 has a $55 prefix meal.
Yeah, that's right.
And I was like,
yeah, you're stuck.
oh.
Yeah.
Because I didn't look at the menu because I just heard the food was so bad that I never even bothered to look at the menu. And I don't remember you and Lee mentioning anything about Space 220 having a prefix menu. So I honestly didn't know. So that probably led to the quickest cancellation in Disney dining history.
Somewhere 3 families are going, I just got Space 220.
It's got to be lounge specific if you want to just order apps and drinks. There's like a separate reservation that says lounge you got to have. And I did look, but it just never came up while you were there.
No, but point being is that you saved us from unwittingly booking a $275 lunch that we didn't want.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that would have been a bummer.
Thank you for that.
You would have gotten an experience for sure.
And unfortunately, this would not be the only time we were caught unaware by the Disney prefix menu.
Oh, no.
No. Oh, no.
More on that later.
Tease.
I'm going to guess California Girl. Am I right?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, whoa.
Sorry.
That's not
No.
the main event, but yeah, she's on it.
She's on the right track there. So as far as trip planning goes, this is like the easiest trip I think we've ever had to plan, and with less than a month to plan it.
That's great, man. Look, if you guys want to book, Rachel, how do they book real quick with you?
Yeah, please reach out via email, rachel@magicourway.com. Happy to help. And a couple things about their trip just kind of before we get started. One is that they went last week, and summer is just like, guys, if you want to go to Walt Disney World, this summer seems like it's going to be a really good time to go. There's promos. There's a new ticket promo now that's a really great price. You can book a discounted room and a discounted ticket. They're just, I think it's going to be a great summer to go check out the parks. So if you're interested at all, rachel@magicourway.com. And the other thing is that Danny was really good about communicating what they were looking for. And like while he was traveling, while we were planning too, it was just so easy to help and get them exactly what they were looking for because they knew what they wanted and he communicated what they wanted in the moment too. So, and when we get that kind of synergy going, we can make the magic. So I'm happy to do that. And I'd love to help your family do that too.
Yeah, it's really unusual to walk through Disney and see. I haven't seen that few people there.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. It wasn't like when we went post 9/11 and there was nobody there.
That was exceptional, yeah.
Yeah, it was exceptional, but it wasn't that far off.
Really?
You weren't
that
leaping over and people pushing baby carts.
No,
at you
yeah,
and stuff.
okay.
There was not one.
Not
Usually,
like that.
at least once a vacation, you're going to get hit from behind by a stroller. There was
None of
enough wide open space. Even the bottleneck over there by Haunted Mansion wasn't a bottleneck.
No.
Really?
There was just
That's big.
Some of the stores, like the Emporium, was
Really?
not hard to navigate
That's
through
telling
that.
too, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know how to explain it, but there's no one there right now.
All right, Magic out. I'm leaving. See you.
That's what I'm saying. They knew we were coming. They're going to do this trip report. We got to give these guys space to go where they got to go.
To give you a little something, though, as far as the trip planning goes, again, easy, nothing to worry about, wasn't overly crowded. The traveling, on the other hand, not so much.
Oh, crazy. Okay.
So you see, like, while I was on the phone with Rachel booking our rooms, my wife, Anna, and Eli were booking our flights,
yeah.
And my wife hates layovers. Absolutely hates them. So she books the first direct flight from New Orleans to Orlando at 6 a.m.
Yes.
Good.
When I heard it, I thought it was a little early, but the next best option wasn't leaving until the afternoon.
Yeah.
So we'd have to just adjust and make it work. And hey, 3 weeks out, 6 in the morning, totally doable.
Yeah.
Well, as it got closer, we started to see how 6 in the morning wasn't as doable as we thought it would be.
Oh, no.
For starters, like, now's a good time probably to mention that this trip was not only in celebration of my daughter Lily's birthday, which was going to be happening while we were there on that Tuesday. It was May 22nd. But we were also celebrating her grammar school graduation. Well, guess when her graduation ceremony was scheduled for?
Wednesday night.
The night before
you left.
Yes.
Night before you left.
Yes. And Lily goes to a Catholic school. And for those who've gone to Catholic school or have kids in Catholic school, you should know that any occasion for celebration is also an occasion for an hour-long mass.
Oh, God, no.
Graduation, you get a mass. School play, you get a mass. Wedding, you get a mass. Funeral, you get a mass. Hell, if you've ever been to a Catholic funeral, it's 99% about God, 1% about the guy in the coffin. I swear to you.
Oh.
So tack on to that hour-long mass, the graduation ceremony that followed, the awards.
10 hours later.
Handing out the diplomas.
Yes.
The reception that followed.
Oh, no.
By the time we got home, it was 9 o'clock at night.
He might as well just stay up at that point.
That's what they were saying. And we're boarding at like 6 a.m. So you got to get to the airport like 2 hours before the departure. So that means we got to be at the airport for 4 in the morning.
Right. Yeah.
And you still got to get up. You got to get dressed. You got to get to the airport. So that has us leaving out of there at 3 a.m. So even if we went to bed the second we got home from Lily's graduation, we'd still only be getting 6 hours of sleep.
Right.
And of course, all they had to eat at the reception was cookies and Coke. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you count the body of blood of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All there was.
Wasn't that in the cake?
Yeah, it could have been.
That was an appetizer.
I missed the cake. I didn't get the cake.
So we were starving, dude.
Yeah.
So Eli picks up McDonald's because he's spending the night over here because why add
not?
to the travel time?
Yeah.
So he picks up McDonald's. We all eat, make sure everything's packed up, and now at best we're going to be getting 5 hours of sleep. Anna and him stay up and they have a couple of drinks. I turn in because, one, I just have a hard time sleeping when I know I'm getting up in a few hours to go on a Disney vacation.
Right.
I don't know about the rest of y'all.
Oh,
Rachel,
no, yeah.
Y'all have this where y'all just
Absolutely.
can't sleep the night before Disney
Yeah.
vacation?
I'm amped. When that alarm goes off, or even before the alarm goes off, we were up.
Anytime I know I've
Yeah.
got something to do, I'm like, I'll wake up every hour on the hour. Like, is it time? Is it
Yeah.
time? But when
Yeah.
it's a Disney
Especially if it's Disney.
Whoa.
Yeah. No, it's a whole other game.
Second thing you should know about me is I suffer from ocular migraines. That we talked about this. I don't know if we ever talked about it on the show. For those who don't know what it is, lucky you, but it's kind of a condition that without warning, you'll get this kind of kaleidoscope effect happening in your vision. And it's like this backward C light show that happens and you can't focus. You can't see. And it's really, really weird. And it's kind of frightening the first time it happens. And little by little, it dissipates. It moves out of your vision. It goes away. But then in about an hour or two, you get the worst headache you've ever had in your life. And I had just gotten one like a week before that. And so I have talked to my neurologist. I'm like, going to Disney. I'm kind of worried. She put me on all kinds of medication for it. Mostly just vitamins is all I'm really taking. But anyway, my number one trigger for ocular migraines, lack of sleep.
Yeah.
So that is something I'm worried about. And I make sure to go to bed early. They
Very
stay
early.
up.
Sure.
I'm lying in bed and all my mind is fixating on is trying to fall asleep, which of course is making it impossible to fall asleep.
Right.
So I pull out my phone. I find a playlist called Music for Deep Sleep. I'm serious.
It got
Oh, I
that
believe
deep.
it.
It got that deep.
Wow.
I put it on. I'm listening to waves crashing on the shore, melodic tones, pan flute, the whole thing. This goes on for about 30 minutes and I'm still wide awake.
Okay.
Oh.
I
Wow.
look
no.
over and on my bookshelf, I see the Delta 9 CBD gummies
Yeah.
that I use whenever I get these ocular migraines because I don't take too many over-the-counter medications like Advil or Aleve because it can affect your hearing and give you tinnitus and whatnot. And I had an issue
You've
with
had that, yeah.
You've had it, yeah.
So I try to stay away from that. So whenever these things happen, I try to take the CBD stuff. So I'm thinking CBD gummy. Might just be what I need to relax. And so I take 1/4 of one gummy because that's my usual dose. That's what the guy at the store said. And after about 15 minutes, nothing. Time's just ticking away. And best I can hope for now is like 4 hours of sleep.
Wow.
So I bump up the dosage to half a gummy, right? 15 minutes passes, nothing. So I'm like, screw it. I'll just take the whole thing.
Oh, no.
About 5 minutes later, I forgot all about flying Southwest because I was orbiting Jupiter. I was gonna. Oh no!
Oh, you were in Space 220,
dude. My brain was like a lava lamp. My head was so light. I wouldn't have been surprised if it just detached from my body and started floating around the room. Whoa! So the good news is I was extremely relaxed now, but the bad news was instead of making me sleepy, it just put me in a groovy frame of mind, man. So the high from the gummy was making the sounds of the ocean just come to life. I mean,
oh yeah, that's right, because you still had the music going.
Yes, and now those melodic tones are like pinging my head like bubbles, popping. Like the pan flute was, man, that was like better than listening to Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, man.
Oh my gosh.
To this day, I can't tell you if I ever even fell asleep that night. I can't. I think I did because every time I looked at the clock, it seemed like 5 minutes had passed, but it'd be an hour later. But I was just
You're approaching
enjoying
the speed of
life. Yes.
Yes.
So when it got to be about 3 a.m, I decided to like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and get up. Yeah, might as well. Only when I got up, either my legs weren't working so well, or the floor was moving. So, moral of the story, don't take CBD gummies in high dosages to help you relax so you can fall asleep. That did not work. I got downstairs, fixed some coffee, had some breakfast, showered, and started feeling a little bit more like myself. And one by one, everyone woke up, and my sister came by, and she's the one who...
Were they floating in too, or just...
No, by that point in time, fortunately, I had kind of stabilized.
Gravity had taken over again?
Yes.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know. I mean, yeah, because when you were making coffee, that kind of made me...
You were still asleep.
I was knocked out. It didn't take me much. I just laid on the sofa, watched TV, and I was out in 5 minutes.
I don't know how late they stayed up, but
wasn't too
wife
much.
Never sleeps through her alarm. She slept through her alarm 3 times.
Yeah.
I was up and feeling good.
Yeah, I was going to say, I never even noticed that. I mean, I think, like, your wife and I kept scaring each other because I was trying to avoid, you know, like I was going to the bathroom, I was making sure I said, well, one of them might be in the other bathroom, and then everywhere I went, I kept running in the island. Like nothing bad, but I was just like, because like I don't need lights like when I'm walking around.
Yeah.
I'm used to walking around in the house in the dark, so like, but I blend in the dark, unfortunately. So I scared his wife.
You are the night.
I am the night. You know, I scared her like twice because one time I was using the bathroom and it connects to the bedroom. I had the door closed and I was done. She opened it. She's like, ah! And I said, I'm so sorry about that. So then the second time he was up already. I said, dude, I forgot all my toothbrush, my toothpaste are all packed in my bag, and my bag is like, I can't open it. Like, you know,
zip tied.
It's zipped. Yeah, it's tight. Right. So he knows I stay over here a lot. She said, yeah, just go upstairs. Well, she was upstairs. So as soon as I go upstairs, she's coming downstairs. We scare each other again. It's like, okay, we need a sign. We need a warning sign here.
You sure you weren't caught in Danny's cosmic craziness?
No,
y'all kept on.
So.
She teleported. Y'all kept crossing paths in the house.
I sucked him into my nexus.
Yeah, your void.
Maybe so. But yeah, as far as what happened, he was good.
Yeah,
you know,
I got up for everyone else. I was in a great mood.
Yep.
Very, very relaxed. I got to tell you,
I was fired up to get out of.
But like this dude's got a superpower because this dude can sleep through anything. Like if he sits up in a plane, he can sleep. If he's sitting on the couch, he can sleep. If he's sitting, no matter where he is, like I can only sleep if I'm horizontal. He can sleep no matter what. So. Lack of sleep to him is nothing.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah. I wish I had that, but I don't. But anyway, to get back to the story. So my sister Sandy was taking us to the airport because her daughter, Emmy, my niece, was coming to Disney World with us.
Nice.
Lily knew nothing about this. We kept it as a surprise from her. But we just kind of knew that would be something that, A, she would appreciate because she's a great sport, but a 12, going to be 13-year-old girl coming with a bunch of 40-year-old adults, it would be nice to have somebody a little bit closer to her age. So having Emmy there was going to be a godsend, and we were so looking forward to it. But Emmy wanted to keep it a surprise, and we were all geeked up to find out how Lily was going to handle this. Well, as it turns out, one's capacity for surprise is greatly lessened at 4 a.m. than it would be during regular hours. Taylor Swift could have been in the car singing Zippity Doodah, and I don't think Lily would have cared in the least.
Yeah.
So Emmy's got her Lilo and Stitch dress on because the first place we're going to eat is Ohana, and she's covered it up with a sweatshirt. And she's got it all zipped up, and when we get out of the car, Emmy just kind of makes her way to the back. She grabs her suitcase out of the car, and she starts walking with us. And she's looking at Lily. She's like, hi. And Lily's just looking at her like, hi.
Yeah.
And Emmy's like, hey, I'm coming with y'all. Lily's like, okay.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah. So it was kind of not the reaction we were hoping for, but it,
Anticlimactic.
yeah. But we were happy to have him coming along with us. We check in. We go through security. Airport was surprisingly busy at 6 a.m. I could not believe how busy it was.
But easy to get through.
Yeah, it was easy to get through, but there was a lot of people there.
Thankfully, yeah.
We make it to the gate. Lily forgot her iPad charger at home, so I go purchase her a new one. By the time I get back to the gate, Eli and Anna are missing. I'm asking Emmy, where'd they go? Well, turns out Eli and Anna managed to find the only bar opened at 5 a.m.
Got to. Nice. Got to.
You guys have skills.
Emmy's like, well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. And I said, yeah, here. It's 5 o'clock. Usually doesn't apply to the morning.
Vacation. Speak for
That's the
yourself.
Bloody Mary or a milk punch.
He
Or,
came back with a Bloody Mary for me. What did
Yeah.
y'all? I can't remember what y'all.
Oh, so you
I
got you.
got her the double jack and water, and I got myself an old fashioned.
I mean, I had to
nice,
guzzle.
yeah.
That was hard to get down. Like,
Yeah, he had a meal.
Oh,
He had
well,
a
Bloody
meal
Mary
in
is
his
hard to
Bloody
guzzle
Mary.
anyway.
Yeah.
But we figured, hey,
Vacation.
everybody gets some on
Vacation. Yeah.
So we get on the plane. The flight was cool. We Uber to Coronado Springs, and our room wasn't ready yet. So, of course, we drop off our luggage, head straight to Ohana. As soon as we check in, they tell us they'll text us when their table's ready. And so me and Lily and Emmy walk towards Moana's Mercantile. You know how close Moana's Mercantile is to the check-in. We didn't even make it into the store when we get the text that the table's ready. So we turn around like, all right, let's go to the hostess. Guess who's missing again?
Eli and Anna?
Yep. Guess where they're at?
Oh, at the
They found a
bar?
bar.
They found the Tambu Lounge.
Tambu Lounge. Nice.
Drink. I'm like, come on, Alkies. Like, they serve alcohol at the table. You know that, right?
Yeah, but we didn't know how much time we had before it was time to go for breakfast.
Y'all be able to
and-
bring it to the table, though, right?
Yeah, well, we didn't even.
A pineapple.
It happened so quick. We just told the bartender, "Don't worry about it," because the bartender was very inviting. She's like, "Oh yeah, come on ahead and drink." And actually, there was a couple that was on the side of us, and no one knew that we were all friends. They just saw that Danny was yelling at us, being like, "Come on, you alkies! Like, you gotta go." And so they were like, the couple, the one girl was looking at us like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they're yelling at you for the vacation." It's like, and we're like, "I know, right? Like, I guess we're just gonna have to go over there." And
Always
deal
with the interracial couples.
We're gonna see what's going on with this
Those
guy.
people didn't know that they were staying up drinking that night. They already drank at the airport. And now they're drinking at
Hey, we're professionals, okay? Don't try this at home.
It's not even 10 in the morning at this point.
It's vacation. What do
That's
you want?
awesome.
What do you want?
Congrats.
It's vacation.
So anyway,
It's vacation. Hey.
Ohana was great.
Yes.
The juice is still nasty.
Yeah, we didn't touch
Oh,
that.
y'all got the juice?
Hey, we got
Again?
the juice.
Well,
I
guess
took
it
a
comes.
sip.
They kind of force it on you.
They do.
Does alcohol or anything help that juice?
No. Well, I ordered a wasabi Bloody Mary because I love the wasabi Bloody Marys.
Right.
They ordered Lapu Lapus.
Yeah.
As time went on, I ordered a Lapu Lapu. I got nothing against drinking. It's
What?
just-
Pause. No back scratchers?
no.
Oh, I remember y'all mentioned the back scratchers. Yeah, and one
You know
of y'all's
what?
trip report. I
Disappointed.
totally forgot about that.
You know, you want to try your favorites first before you
I
venture
know, I
into
know.
newer territory.
We'll have to remember that. Now that you say that, I remember y'all
I
brought
do
it
remember the back scratcher. Yes, I do need to try
Back scratcher.
Back scratch.
The character interaction over at Ohana is great, though. I
Oh, it's
mean,
fun.
we got to see Mickey and Stitch
Love it.
playing rock, paper, and scissors, and when Mickey beat Stitch, Stitch started thumbing his nose at Mickey, and we're all like, dude, you better watch out. You don't cross the boss, man. You'll find yourself locked in the archives with Brer Rabbit. You keep that up. But Emmy, with her Lilo dress, was a hit, man. Stitch was loving on her. I think Lilo she went crazy. I mean, she must have hugged Emmy like 5 times.
Love it.
The one thing that was a little disappointing is that, you know how they always did the Hawaiian roller coaster ride where they would do the maracas, they would go around the entire restaurant and do like kind of like a little character parade. They don't seem to invite kids up to do it now. They did it, but none of the kids were invited to go up. It was just the characters. walking around the restaurant by themselves to Hawaiian roller coaster rides. So
Really? That's kind of weird.
awkward.
Yeah, it was strange.
Yeah, I don't know
Kinda
why.
weird to-
Because that was always my favorite part, that the kids were involved in the little parade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After Ohana, we took the monorail over to Epcot and caught our first park, and Rachel already had all of our Lightning Lane passes worked out for us. I mean, we started in Future World. Just because we went that way, we stopped and saw the Seas with Nemo and Friends.
Nice.
Walked right on to Soaring Around the World with our Lightning Lane pass, and then crossed over to do the main event, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind.
Yay! All right.
Yeah. All right. So I got to tell you, Kevin, we talked about this afterwards, and we really kind of feel like you sold this ride a little short.
Yeah.
Did we?
Oh, it's so good.
You did. I totally understand not really knowing what's happening because the story is hard to follow once you're on the ride.
Okay.
I still to this day don't know how we helped save the galaxy. I know
true.
they say we did, but we're heroes. I don't know how. But the sensation of riding Cosmic Rewind is intense.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
that's
is
true.
so well worth the ride itself. Our version was the I ran so far away.
Yes.
Version. I had to ask
Flock
him
of
about that.
seagulls,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I
Yeah.
couldn't even remember it. But
Did
my
you just
God.
ride it that one time?
We tried to ride it a couple times. We got virtual queues at other times, partially because of you. But I mean, it never seemed to quite work out. So we did just ride it that one time.
But it was enough.
It was more than enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than enough.
But it was very addicting. And the other thing too was I was telling Dan we went on. I was like, man, I like that villain better than the High Evolutionary
Yes.
from the movie.
Oh, this is true. Yeah.
I like that villain too. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
one thing is, I'm confused why Mantis and Nebula weren't there. Like, they clearly filmed this somewhere around the third movie, but the ride totally takes place after the first movie for some reason.
Pretty much.
And you can tell that because Groot's the Groot from the first one. He's not Baby Groot. He's not Teenage
He's not
Groot.
big-
He's
Is that
not
Muscle Groot?
He's not
Yeah.
steroid Groot. He's just the regular Groot from the first one. And I don't know why they made that choice. I don't know why Bradley Cooper wasn't voicing Rocket, but that was also noticeable.
Yeah.
Something else confusing was that they kind of teased a storyline centered around Peter Quill going to Epcot as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
But that really had nothing to do with the story. It was just kind of like a throwaway line in the queue.
Yeah.
So I was a little bummed by that. So the story was weak. And I think that the ride could have benefited from some practical effects and pacing to help tell the story. Kind of like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like when you ride Gringotts, the Gringotts coaster, and
Sure.
it stops at points so you kind of get a sense of what's happening.
Yeah. Well, even Hagrid's has some practical
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But Cosmic Rewind moves way too fast, and
It
it's so
does.
disorientating because you're just moving all over the place to really kind of follow along with any sort of story. I mean, the only practical effect I think I remember is the moon.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
moon's in
Yeah.
the center.
I would say they have some more, but it is hard on your first ride to follow it. I think I've done it maybe 4 times now, 4 or more. And every time I get a better sense of the story.
Okay.
It is there. It is very difficult on the first time to like take in the music, take in this new ride system that is pretty innovative and you know, different than probably what you've done before. And then they have like all this other stuff going on and it's hard. The audio in your seat is actually really good for
Yeah.
the story.
Yeah, it is good.
But you miss it because you're just thinking about the ride and the music.
Well, and registering the movement because, like,
Yeah.
just as soon as you're,
Yeah.
whoa, we're going backwards now. Whoa, we're going forwards
We
now.
just
Whoa,
turned
we're
around
starting
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Disney can say story first all they want to, but this ride
Yeah.
kind of felt like, because of the story, the ride was more of a B to me when it could have easily been an A.
Right. I agree with that.
However,
yeah.
the transport to Xandar is awesome.
Yeah.
Man, that is so amazing. The sensation of being in that room when it changes and you feel like you're in a different place. That was absolutely amazing.
That is neat. Yeah.
If you love Space Mountain, this is totally a better version
Yeah.
of Space Mountain.
Yeah.
Like
I
they
agree
could have
with that,
opened
yeah.
this in Space Mountain and I would have been fine with it.
Yeah, I was
Space Mountain with the Guardian.
That's what I was like when we got. I was like, yeah, how you just you sound so like relaxed like when you first talked about it. I was like, Kevin didn't do that.
Oh,
No,
and
Justin.
Cosmic Rewind?
Yeah, that's all I kept telling. I was like, man, I got it. I said, remind me when the show come on, be like, you undersold the hell out of that. Yeah. I was sitting there screaming like, whoa, I'm turning around backwards, going forward. What happened to me? I don't see nothing but stars.
Oh, man. I was rocking. I was
Even
chilling
Anna,
back. Yeah.
she hates coasters and she
Yeah.
loved that one.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
Kevin,
even,
do you remember which song you had?
I had, it was a Tears for Fears one.
World?
Yeah, Rule the World. I had that twice.
Okay.
Both times I read on it.
So that Tears for Fears song is totally different than every other time I've ridden it.
Yeah.
Ah.
Because it's like this kind of trippy, like the whole ride feels slower when you have that Tears for Fears song. And I really like it, but it is a different experience. I've done Conga and September.
Oh,
and
see,
those
that would
are
be different. Yeah.
those are my two favorite because it's like party time.
I could see that.
Yeah, no,
I really
that
thought-
Tears for Fears song. I like that song, number one. And so that's
Yeah.
just a pretty chill song.
Yeah, it's a super chill. Yes,
Yeah.
it's a super
So maybe
chill
that's why I was very
experience.
just like,
Yeah,
I'm flipping,
okay.
yeah.
Rachel, what do you think the best song is to get?
Oh, 100% September. I think Iran is the only one I haven't had.
Ah,
I'd like to get that one. I'd like to hear that one.
that's good.
My first one was One Way or Another.
Oh, I like that one.
that's a
I think
good
that would have
one.
been
Yeah.
cool.
That would be cool,
But
too.
Conga and September are my two favorites.
Okay. Yeah, keep that in mind. I do want to ride again. I totally
Man,
want
in
to ride again.
comparison, all those songs are Tears for Fears number is much chiller than all those songs.
It's totally different.
That is
It's
different.
totally
You're right.
different.
I didn't even think about that until you said that.
I mean, that ride is so smooth. Like, I started feeling a little motion sickness when we started going backwards a bit, but not to the point where I'm like, oh boy, I need to get out of here.
Yeah.
That ride just it felt like it just kept on going.
Yeah.
So you really got your money's worth out of this ride. They really did a fabulous job with this. I think it would have benefited from practical effects and occasional stopping to kind of get a sense of, here's a show scene. Here's a show scene. Move on. Here's a show scene. Move on. Like, I think it would have been better if it was styled a little bit more like Gringotts, but I mean, I can't complain much. I complain
Yeah.
a little bit, but I'm not going to complain much
It's got
about it.
repeatability for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it's definitely one I'd want to go on every time I go on the trip.
One thing to be mindful of is the ride photo. I didn't even think about it until my sister asked. And apparently there's a QR code that you need to scan before getting on the ride.
It's in the queue.
Yeah, we didn't even see it. So
That's
It's
weird.
easy to miss.
Yeah.
if you're riding it, keep an eye out for that. However, the pic did show up. It took 3 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't complain or nothing, but the pic eventually just showed up in our photos a couple of days later. So something's happening correctly.
Can I just ask, was anybody wearing a magic band?
I was, but I was wearing my old dopey one that they don't make anymore, like the regular
Okay.
one. And I have a feeling that the sensor in that went out a while ago. Like
Yeah.
it's got the passive one, but not the active one.
Right.
Whatever you call it.
Oh, the RFID.
The RFID.
There you go. Tron kind of had the same kind of thing though, and at that point in time, we scanned the QR code when we got to Tron. However, everyone else put their phone in the lockers. I kept my phone on me the entire time,
Right.
and we still haven't seen the picture of that. And we all
Really?
scanned.
Oh, wow.
We scanned it. We did that. So one of these days, I'm going to write because I think you got some time. I'm going to
Yeah.
write and see whether or not they can locate our Tron picture, but. Yeah,
I
so-
actually just this week had a client who went last week of April, and she messaged me and she was like, "Hey, this Tron picture just showed up in my account this week."
oh wow!
So it took her like 3 weeks maybe to get it.
That's
Okay.
strange.
I believe
Okay.
that.
Dang.
Because everything else showed up.
Yeah.
Haunted Mansion showed up. Spacebound showed up. Everything was showing up, and no one was really wearing a magic band at that point in time,
No.
except for me. So something's working, but it seems not to be working as well. I don't know. Anyway, so after Guardians, we head over to Test Track. That was Lily's first drive on. I didn't
Oh, really?
realize she had never rode Test Track before.
Oh, no way. Okay.
Yeah, she was like, "What is this like?" And I'm like, "It's Radiator Springs Racers." Oh my god, get off! That's not
Oh
Radiator
no, you
Springs.
oversold it.
Exactly. I should have realized it right then and there, but I was like, like you go through, you drive, and then you go fast. Well, anyway, we end up at the former Odyssey, now the Citrus Blossom featuring Orange Bird for
nice.
the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival, which was going on while we were there. Those displays are just amazing. We end up going through a butterfly encounter.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
that was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
We took a break over there, grabbed a drink, and then we set off to World Showcase and started with, again, Rachel had this all lined up for us for Rumi's Ratatouille Adventure.
Nice.
You got to stack, folks.
Yes.
Stack in the evenings.
Yes, that was a good call.
That was a great thing because by the time we got off the plane, out of Ohana, into the park, Rachel had us lined up. I
Yeah.
mean, there was not even much of a break. I mean, we just went from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. If we took a break, it's because we felt like it.
Yeah, we never stopped and took a nap or none of that stuff. This is
Because
all
we
shit.
knew the minute we did, we were toast.
Yeah.
Right.
Because none of us had really slept.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah.
So Eli's going to like to tell this story probably a little bit more than I am, but
I will let you
I'll
go.
frame it. We get to Rumi's Ratatouille Adventure, and as we're riding it, we're noticing the ride is behaving kind of weird. Like, for starters, the dialogue was mostly in French. Like, every once in a while, there'd be a word of English, but primarily, Remy, Gaston, Skinner were all speaking in French. And I've written this thing a few times. I don't remember them speaking primarily in French the entire ride.
They usually go back and forth, yeah.
Yeah.
And then as the scene would come to an end, it would just kind of seem to glitch out in some kind of a weird way. And then finally we get to the end of the ride where all the rats, they're all having dinner together and whatnot. The screen goes all pixelated, freezes up, and the ride stops completely. And we're all sitting there like, okay, and we're just waiting for the ride to restart. Playful spooks have interrupted our tour. It'll just restart. And next to us, there's two other rat vehicles. Like, we're on the far left, and there's two. There's one in the middle, one to the far right. So they're all next to us. And suddenly, in walks a cast member with a flashlight, and he starts shining it from car to car, and he starts asking very loudly, which one of you broke my ride?
Yes.
And we're all sitting there confused and silent, and we're like, dude, this dude must be messing around. I mean, this is Disney. Rides break all the time. But he repeats himself even louder. He's like, come on, which one of y'all broke my ride? Finally, in the middle car next to us, a kid in his he must have been late 20s? No, I'm sorry, early 20s. Like late teens, early 20s, I would say. He's with a group of other friends. He kind of sheepishly raises his hand a little bit, and the cast member shines his light right on him. Like, what did you do? So apparently, this kid's backpack was hanging outside the vehicle when we loaded. And this idiot's been dragging his backpack all along the track ever since.
Oh, no, it hit a sensor.
Yeah, and the cast member was like, dude, you're messing up the sensors, and that's what's messing the ride up, and that's why we're stuck here. And so he leans down, he does something along the side of the car. I don't know if he's unlodging the kid's backpack or what he's doing, but he tells us, all right, stay seated. We should all be moving momentarily, and he leaves. And so Eli turns this kid and starts messing with him. He's like, hey, man, what's the matter with you? Why you gotta be messing up the ride for everyone like that, man? We got kids in this car, dude. They ain't never ride this ride before. And he's fussing at this kid.
I was fussing at the kid so bad. I was like, they ain't never been on it. What's wrong, man? And then his friends, but I must have scared the hell out of his friends because none of his friends said anything in that kid's defense. He had one dude that kept laughing, and he just kept saying, I'm so sorry. So I'm like, don't be sorry. You need to fix this.
There's a kid crying in the car.
You see this kid? This kid don't feel good right now. This their first time here. Oh, man. He was like, we're so sorry, mister.
And so the cast member comes back because I guess there's still something wrong with the vehicle, and all of a sudden a voice comes over to the speaker asking the cast member, meet me at scene such and such. And the cast member shouts out, I'm already here.
Oh, no.
Not in French.
Yeah.
None of that in French.
The supervisor shows up and he's like, all right, what's happening? The cast member makes a face, takes his flashlight right back on the kid. And so everyone could just get a good look at this kid. As if he was saying, well, Bill, the reason we're all sitting here, the reason no one's moving is because some guests can't seem to follow the rules.
Oh, no.
Right on that. Boy, I swear it was so funny.
It was.
So they eventually get everything reset. We get to the end of the ride. Everyone's getting off. We're returning our 3D glasses. At the end of the ride, they're putting new passes on our phone. They're like, here, new lightning lane. You get to ride it again. So sorry about all this. As we're going to return our glasses, don't you know the same idiot that dragged his backpack all along the track accidentally threw his real glasses into the return bin.
No. Yeah.
So now we're all stuck again thanks to this doofus.
Yes.
Waiting as he digs through the bin trying to find his real glasses.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Did you said there was a little more with that? The kid also is a smart ass.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, don't feel sorry for him. He was not like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
He literally looked at us and he says, you guys should be thanking me because of me. You guys got a free fast pass. Now, I didn't know what we would have had. I didn't know. But I looked back at him and I said, hey, we do a podcast. And I swear to you, we are going to run all over your ass on that show.
And then when we exit the ride, there's a whole lot of people backed up waiting to ride Baby's Ratatouille Adventure that can't get on that because this idiot broke the ride. And as soon as we walk out, we're the first group because we were right in that group of people. There are guests like, dude, what's going on? We've been waiting here for 15 minutes. Is the ride broken? And Eli points right at him. He did it. He was dragging his backpack all on the track. He messed up the ride, broke the ride. No one can ride the ride because of that kid right over
right there.
Did they give the guy another? Did he get another fast pass too?
Oh, I bet you they did, but they shouldn't have.
Probably they should have.
I mean, if we were in Liberty Square, that kid would have been locked up in the stockades. He's lucky France didn't have a guillotine because the mob would have taken him out. I'm telling you, that line was backed up past La Creperie.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It was
I can
insane.
see that, yeah.
So
wait a minute. So the door closed on the vehicle and his backpack was on the outside of that door? Is that how it happened?
we didn't see it because like he was in another car.
That's crazy.
But that's what it.
Oh, like
that
part
was
of
the
it got
story.
stuck, or part of the little strap or something. Because I think like Daddy was, he was trying to pull it, but he couldn't, of course, because the door is locked.
Oh my god!
But he's probably messing with the whole thing. Oh yeah, that kid got a mouthful.
That is funny.
I was
That's
like, no,
crazy.
sir. And he's grinning about it.
Yeah, he wasn't he didn't even apologize for it.
I hate smug little kids like that. I'm sorry, I just did something to me. I clicked out.
Oh, he knew when he walked out and he saw a line of people and he started going, him right there. He knew he was in trouble.
Yeah.
They cleared out of there as quickly as they could.
That's right. I will put you on blast. You mess up my ride. I will put you on blast.
Jimmy.
So we get out of there. We're starving now at this point. Dinner's not for another 3 hours. And so we go to La Creperie. And each of us, we'll order a crepe, we'll cut it up, we'll split it, and we'll have like a little snack before dinner. And I had no idea how huge those crepes were.
Oh, really?
Those
I had
crepes
no idea.
are immense, man.
Yeah.
That's a meal. Like, seriously.
I could see that.
We just wanted a snack and ended up walking out of there feeling pretty stuffed. I mean, and not just stuffed, I mean, the more full you get, the days kind of catch up, you're getting tired.
It was good, though? The
crepes were delicious. The salmon crepe was so good.
Did you sit down or did you order at the window?
No, we sat down because we need we wanted AC.
We need AC bad.
Yeah, and then they had these it was like cider flights. We did a cider flight.
Yes,
cider flights. Yeah. So good. Oh, another thing to note about La Creperie Paris, you'll appreciate this, Kev. They have the best restaurant bathrooms I've ever seen.
Really?
Yes, they have 2 men's rooms, 2 women's rooms. Each one has only one toilet and a door lock, and they're huge.
Love it.
So not only do you get privacy, but you get the full luxury suite treatment, man. Like
air conditioned.
Yeah,
I gotta check it out.
Yeah. You get.
I can go take a creperie.
Yes, you can.
That is ideal.
Le creperie.
And here's another one. I bet you Eli's even forgotten about this. We head to Frozen Ever After this, and that ride's actually grown on me a bit. Emmy wanted to ride it because she's never ridden it before.
Oh, cool.
And we walk off the ride. We're in the gift shop. The girls are looking at perfume. I'm waiting to see if he realizes where this is going. He doesn't. Eli and I are looking around, and
oh god,
there's this dad.
Yes,
who's sitting there, and apparently he's got like this little girl who's mad.
Oh, I did forget.
Because she doesn't want to leave the store because I guess she wants something and her parents aren't buying. So dad says, fine, if you don't want to come with me, then you're just going to have to go home with him.
Yeah.
And points right at Eli.
I'm just walking out from the thing. And yes, this big old man just points at me and tells his girl, the girl could have been no more than 6.
Yeah.
Like, you're going home with him. I looked at the little girl like, well, I'm sorry, bitch. You're going to be here for a while. I just started this vacation.
Looks like somebody threw away a perfectly good white girl.
Yeah, good white girl. What's going on?
And then the girl's like, perfect. You just started. I'm a game.
That little girl was quiet. She just like, Dad, what's wrong with you?
I was like, was that racial?
I was like, that was human trafficking. I want no part of that.
Like, of all the people to pick out and just. Yeah. So for whatever reason, people think that if their kids are behaving, send them home with Eli.
Send with me. I don't know.
After that, we end up at the American Pavilion.
That's why I forgot because I didn't want to support no more children.
Yeah.
I bet say you just graduated one, so
exactly.
Yeah, for real. I was just like, I wonder if I could get plane tickets to send my kids to Eli right now.
Oh man.
You go.
That's a new Patreon tier.
That's it. New Patreon tier.
It's like Mr. Ivory's Neighborhood.
How you doing, kid?
No, so we end up at the American Pavilion after that. Anna and Eli, of course, go grab more drinks. I take the girls into the art store because we were checking out the art. We get out of there. Now, dinner's in an hour, We just ate at La Creperie. They go get more food at the American Smokehouse.
Yes.
Oh, good lord.
And
It wasn't a big
because the
blowout.
barbecue. Yeah,
Yeah, we got like a couple
You
of
smell
ribs
it, too.
and pickles.
Oh,
Yeah.
it smelled so good in there.
Smell
But
it good.
I tried to nap on the bench. Like there was like a bench without like a table. So I was just like, give me that. You know, like it's like half is a booth and the other half is a bench.
Yeah.
I sat on the booth side and I was trying to take a nap while they were sitting there eating. And we're all kind of acknowledging at this point that the day is really kind of caught up to us. And the Takumi Thai reservation is kind of hanging over our head. And I want to go there, but it's just like, we need to get out of here. So we decide we'll go to Takumi Thai and see if they can sit us early. And we go over there and they're like, well, we can, but not right at this moment. Give us about 15 more minutes. We go into the gift shop. While we're in the gift shop, Eli finds himself a lovely kimono.
Yes.
And bought a kimono with a golden red dragon along the kimono. We're like, dude, that is totally you.
Yeah, no, Dan was like, this is you. And I was like, you sure? Then like I put it on. I was like, yeah.
You got a Godzilla t-shirt too.
Yeah.
Nice.
We had a great time over there. The only thing is that you know how they used to do sake in the back there?
Yeah.
Don't do it no more.
No.
What?
You can buy sake, but you can't sample it.
Oh.
You got to go to that outside station.
I wonder if that. Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah. So we're done at the gift shop. We head back over to Takumi Thai. And I'm like, let me go take a look at the menu because I'm not that hungry. Let's see if we can try and figure out something. And I start looking at the menu. And then I start realizing, I'm like, oh, all I see is omakase.
Ooh.
I don't see anything else listed on the thing. And Eli comes over and I'm like, dude, I'm a little bit worried. He's like, what's up? And I'm like, well, look, I mean, all I see listed here is the omakase menu. I was like, I don't see anything else. And he's like, yeah, that's kind of, $250
per person.
Per person, $250. And as soon as we notice this, all of a sudden the woman goes, lawless, party six. Like, oh,
yeah.
Well, let's see how this is going to work out.
I just bought that kimono too.
We walk into the restaurant.
You went and bought a bigger kimono.
That was an expensive kimono.
It was a great kimono.
Yes.
So we walk into the restaurant and the presentation, dude, it's just amazing. It's beautiful in there. They explain the restaurant to us, the concepts of the different rooms. There's all these orbs in front of you and they're like representing earth and
fire,
paper and fire and everything like that. And they're just explaining this concept to us. And the whole time I'm half listening and half being like, how expensive of a meal is this? And how much food is there going to be? And that's when we knew we were kind of like a bit in trouble because we weren't all that hungry. We sit down, we get the menu, we open it up, and
it's like 5 courses.
9 courses.
No!
9! Ooh!
9. Maybe 7.
I want to say
wait,
7.
I'm sorry. I apologize. 7. You're right.
Yeah.
It was 7 courses. They cut back, I think, from what the old menu was. Because I went back and looked at it because I'm not the person, like, if a restaurant has a good reputation and I know it or I've eaten there before, I'm going to go ahead and just book it. I'm not going to look at the menu ahead of time.
Right.
It's just a good and I didn't look at the menu. But when it opened in 2019, I did look at the menu and there was definitely other options. There are no other options. If you're over 12 and you want to eat at Takumi Thai, there's a 7-course dinner for $250 a person, and that's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I thought when you said you booked it, I thought you knew that. I'm sorry.
No. I was looking at the old menu from remembering it from 2019. I haven't looked at it since it's reopened in 2022 or whatever. So anyway.
Wow.
At 5 people with tax and tip, we're easily talking about a $1,500 bill.
Yeah.
For a group of people who are half asleep and not even all that hungry. I mean, hell, Anna, Lily, Emmy, and even Eli do agree, don't eat raw fish.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, they only eat cooked stuff. And that was the thing. When we looked on the menu outside, we knew there was Wagyu beef, but that was about it. And Eli loves the Wagyu beef. So we consult, and I'm like the waitress walks away, and I'm like, we need to bail. We just need to go ahead, call it quits, go to a room, check out the Casitas executive suite that we're staying in because I want to see it, and just regroup for tomorrow. And Eli's like, man, come on. Once in a lifetime experience. You need to give it a shot.
There you go, E.
And Anna's all like, look, y'all do what y'all going to do. I'm taking the 2 girls back to the hotel room. We'll get something at the cafeteria. They'll get nuggets or something like that. They're not going to eat here. I'm not paying $250 to these kids to eat nothing. So now you're kind of feeling like
you were very humble about it.
Yeah, I was very apologetic because I felt like, because we have a table built for 6 people, and now we're only 2.
Yeah.
It's not like you're at Piccadilly's or something. It's crazy.
No,
So,
it's very cool.
it was very embarrassing. Anna and the girls leave, and we find out later on that they end up getting stuck in a torrential downpour on the way out of the Epcot. Yeah. Eli and I agreed to do the omakase menu, and we even do the sake pairing.
Yes.
So that's an additional $150.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so now we're up to like what 400 a person?
400, yeah.
Yeah.
Since Eli just ate at the smokehouse and didn't really care for raw food, he and I make an agreement. I'll do the raw fish, and he gets to eat anything that's cooked. Well, after our first 4 courses, the tally on raw to cook was about 80% raw to 20% cooked.
So you're stuffed at this point.
Yes, I'm eating double the food, and this dude is just chatting away, taking his sweet-ass time eating the cooked food, and I'm like, dude, come on, the food's settling. They're not bringing out the next course until you eat.
I got a kimono. You want to hear about it? Yeah, this is great.
I mean, look, everything was great. Everything that we had was great.
It was a solid meal.
I do think $250 was a little pricey, though.
Yeah.
I think the quality and the price is better at Nobu, which is top of the line. But it's still an amazing experience. It really is. And after about, what was it, like 2 hours and 5 courses or 4 courses?
We got to the 5th.
No, it had to be. Yeah, it was 5 courses because, there was still the dessert and the soup left to come.
Right, because it was miso soup. We weren't worried about that. And then, whatever dessert was, they took it to go.
Right, and we even bailed on the rest of the sake that they owed us. We were like, forget it.
Yeah.
I had to tap out. I just told them, like, bag the rest, whatever you can bag. And again, completely embarrassed. The woman's got to go talk to the managers. Like, I don't know if we can bag anything. Let me go to the most they could do is bag dessert, which we still didn't eat.
Yeah, they didn't want to do that with the soup.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. You couldn't do that with the soup. So
They list 7 on the website. I was just looking it up.
And the
you
park-
had me curious.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the park was close to closing as well. So
Yeah. Oh, it was closed by the time we got out of there.
yeah, so we were kind of like, man, we don't really have a choice. you know?
Oh, and one thing we should mention is that I've never had sake anywhere like I've had it at Takumi Tai. So when they give you sake, you know how you used to go in and they give you a carafe of sake, pour it in that little cup?
Yeah.
They have like this square container.
Yeah.
And they put the cup in there and they pour it and they intentionally overflow the sake.
Yes.
And then it collects in the container and you hold the whole thing up and you drink out of the cup. And when the cup is full, cup is empty, I'm sorry, you pour the remaining sake back into the cup and you keep drinking. So it's like extra sake.
Yeah.
Like lanyap sake. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Second
there's
drink.
at the hibachi, there's my favorite sake to order there is Jun Tenzin, and they serve it the exact same way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know
it's
that.
really cool. Then they just overflow it, and I'm like, oh, I guess more for me.
That's the first time I've ever had it like that.
Oh man, I gotta go to this place. I'm a little worried that this place is gonna go the way of the Star Cruiser. Just like
It's
really
so niche.
cool menu,
Yeah.
really cool experience, but people don't know what it is,
Right.
and so they come in and they're like, "Whoa, this is way too much money," and
Way too much
It's just-
food, too.
and way too much food. And like, for example, I was I think we were there. It was definitely after the pandemic. I think it was around Christmas time. There was a single woman with 4 children, which like, God bless that woman for bringing 4 children to Walt Disney World. But she was like, "Hey, we're starving. Can we eat here?" And they were like, "Yeah, we definitely have a table for you." And I just looked and thought to myself, like, it is none of my business, but there is no way this woman knows what she's about to sit down at.
Right.
Like,
Not a
touching.
chance. And we asked if there was a kids menu. None.
Nothing.
Wow.
Oh, I wonder if they ended up staying and eating there. As soon as she said she was going to eat there, I thought to myself, like, there's literally no way this woman is staying.
I like to think I know a little something, and I didn't even suspect that they would ever feature a restaurant, like a table service signature dining restaurant with only one option. Was just the idea of that is just foreign to me. But again, it's something that we kind of stumbled over quite a few times on vacation, and we'll get to it as we progress through all this.
Hey, just to answer your query, they do have a kids menu or a child's omakase, but it's just 2 less courses than 7.
That's
So it's
the-
5.
Well, and I'm
but the
betting
same stuff.
you have to be under like 12 in
8
order
to 12 is the
there you
age
go.
group.
Is that how much is that?
Yeah.
That's $252.
Oh, I don't know. Let me see if I can find a price.
They were fixated about
Well,
those
and, like-
prices.
$100.
Dang, that's
You got to
still
think
high.
about how many kids are eating raw fish.
Exactly.
Like my daughter, we did a really awesome sushi sashimi lunch on Royal Caribbean, and my daughter loved it and tried a bunch of stuff. And they did the same menu for the kids as they did for the adults, and my son ate nothing. Now, in fairness, on Royal, we paid $10 for the kids each, so it wasn't like what you paid.
Yeah, you would be out
So
of
like
difference.
for $10, the fact that he only ate some fried rice was fine.
You can eat
But-
$10. Yeah.
You're like, you rented a seat for an hour for $10.
Yeah, it was an expensive fried rice, and like they gave him a non-alcoholic kind of plum juice drink.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
But I will say this about the restaurant too. It's like it was
gorgeous.
Yes, it's
Yes.
gorgeous. It's very serene. Like it wasn't nothing where like people knew what was up. Like they weren't like kids running in and out.
Right.
Or none of that
Yes.
stuff. I mean that place was all business. And then like they had the waitress. She would come out and she would show us our drinks and she showed us a map of Japan and
Oh, yeah.
where the
Oh,
drink
cool.
came from. And
Exactly.
Yeah. Then we had a like the lady that did the water. Like she would come out and she would talk to us about something. So I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it was
It was a good
costly.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah, but like
It was elegant. I mean,
was,
it really was. I mean, if you want to impress a date, that was the place to go. It was like the closest. I think like I would never do Victoria and Albert's because it's too much.
Right.
It's too much
Yeah.
on a vacation. This was, I think, the closest you could ever come to doing a Victoria and Albert's, and I think price wise, we might actually be right
similar.
around the exact same
Ooh.
thing. So
Huh, interesting.
it is.
Yeah.
It's like a Japanese Victoria and Albert's.
it
Yeah.
really is.
Sounds fun, though.
It was good. You would
I
like
like
it.
it. Yeah,
You
I
would
had
like
no
it.
idea. It would be so much fun if it was something that we did and we did not eat beforehand.
Yeah.
That was another stupid thing on our part. I just did not look at the menu because I'm still in my mind. I'm picturing, why would you do a signature dining restaurant? Why would you do it like that?
Right.
But anyway, we leave.
Oh, there's one more thing.
Oh, go ahead.
So before we left, I was really, really buzzed.
Okay.
Really buzzed.
Well, I bet. Yeah. Sake and
Sake, my stomach's
you
full.
started at 4 a.m.
Sake it to me.
I was like a woo-wee. And so the girl comes out with the Stripe card or whatever for me to pay.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, well, I was in a good mood, so I go to tip her, but I messed something up. Like I hit the button, but whatever I was supposed to display, it didn't come out.
Uh-huh.
She's like, oh, sir, wait a second. So she takes a device, goes out for a bit, comes back, and she goes, okay, here you go. And so I'm like, oh, all right. And I go through and I do the same thing. Right before like I hit the tip, I sober up. You know how I sober up?
Yeah.
Because in this big green box now, it says what I have to pay.
Yeah.
The girl mistyped my amount. So the amount that I was gonna almost pay was $3,720. I woke up like, man, I don't know what the word is for mistake in Japanese, but I got told this is wrong. You understand this? And she's like, oh. I said, it's okay. So I caught it. I sobered up like that. Like I like this.
Good thing.
Let's fix this. I was like, she's like, I'm so sorry. I said, that's okay, but my vacation would have been over if I had hit that button. All right, so you got to fix that. Come on. So so after that,
That's
woo.
crazy.
I was like, Dad, boy, that was a good meal, boy. She almost got me, man.
Yeah.
I ain't even get no massage. You're not gonna charge me $3,000.
But she was really nice. She was a great
cool.
waitress. Everything was thank you.
Thank you.
Like do you like that? Yes. That was delicious. Thank you. Like everything was so polite.
That was
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
That was
So
awesome.
nice to see people from the countries representing the countries again.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
back.
It's such
yes.
a cool feeling. And
Gotta love that.
And be
Yeah.
very humble about it.
Yes. So we leave.
Oh, before you leave Epcot, just heads up to you and the listeners. Monsieur Paul is also very similar to Takumi Tai now.
Wow.
I've
Yeah,
eaten
so
that
it's-
Monsieur Paul. That now it's prefixed too.
It is, yeah, and
Oh.
it's up there in price like Takumi Tai. So anyway, don't.
Are they trying to
Don't
get
not
Michelin
know that
rated or
next
something?
time.
Dude, we're gonna all right when we get to California Girl because Rachel kind of alluded to this. Let's really take some time to get into this because this prefix thing starting to show up everywhere in Disney.
Yeah.
Like, there's no dining plan, but technically there is because everything is one price when you go to these fancier sit down table restaurants. And I'll get to that more, I guess, on the second day.
I wonder if that has anything to do with Michelin ratings. Because New Orleans restaurants are doing. There's some New Orleans restaurants like Emerald's switched to prefix downtown menu because they're trying to get Michelin rated.
Maybe.
And apparently, yeah.
But they want good tires?
No. The restaurant rating for France.
I was going to say, with Disney, at least my understanding is they're trying to get around people making a reservation to have like one appetizer or one dessert just to be in the location. So like, for example, California Grill, people would book a fireworks table and have one dessert and watch the fireworks and then leave. But it takes up a whole seating, you know? And so like, that's a big problem for them. That's why they went that way. Be Our Guest, for folks who don't know, Be Our Guest at lunch and dinner is also a prefix, and it's close to $70.
Yes, I was going to get to that one on the very next day. Yes.
Oh, okay. So we'll get there, but that one's prefix.
We tried to go there.
There's a lot of those that like people were booking just now. Takumi Thai and Monsieur Paul, not those.
Yeah.
But some of the other ones that are like highly sought after locations just to experience the location, they went to prefix because people would just come and order a soup and then leave.
Well, you know what? There's no reason not to get into it now. Let's talk about it a little bit because we've pretty much named a few. So Space 220, prefix. California Grill, prefix. Takumi Thai, prefixed.
Be Our Guest.
Be Our Guest, prefixed. Artist Point, Story Dining. That's always been prefixed. It's just been Storybook Dining.
They just told you what you was
But
eating.
I will say this, like when we went there the last time, Lily had 2 hot dogs at Typhoon Lagoon before we got there. And we sit down to eat, and I'm like, we're going to order this. She's not going to eat because she already had 2 hot dogs. She's not even hungry. Just worry about the 5 of us. And the guy's like, well, that's fine, but she's still going to pay the prefix cost just for sitting in that seat. And we were like, are you freaking kidding me? So the prefix thing, I understand it, and I definitely understand what you were explaining. And as an adult, I think in some instances it's worth it. It's not like I think they're trying to rip you off financially until it comes to your kids.
Yeah.
When the 12-year-old is being treated like the 40-year-old, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's not even 12, Danny, it's 10.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
In a lot of places. I know Takumi Thai is 12, but a lot of them are 10.
Wow.
I mean, ticket prices, right?
But I mean, ticket prices, the kids can go and they can ride whatever they want. You walk into a restaurant like that, all they want is nuggets.
Oh, true. Yeah.
That's all they want. And it's like, cool, $89.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Be Our Guest for kids under 10. So if you're over 10, you're at the regular $67 plus tax and gratuity.
Right. Yeah.
If you're under 10, it's $40 plus tax and gratuity.
So if it's been a while since you've been to Disney and you're just used to going ahead and booking the restaurants you like or the restaurants that you know are good or we've talked about them on the show and you're like, oh, I want to try that place out, check the menus because you might be walking into a different kind of thing. And you have no choice except for your appetizer, entree, dessert. They're kind of forcing you on a dining plan, is what it feels like to me.
Yeah, Topolino's breakfast is like that too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the breakfast, I understand. Ohana is like that. The breakfast is, I understand.
Yeah.
But the signature dining restaurants, that's where I'm kind of having a little bit of an issue with this new prefix thing that seems to be everywhere now. But
yeah,
let's touch on it a little bit later when we get to California Grill.
Okay.
A little bit more. I just wanted to explain a little bit more, just in case the listeners are wondering.
The rest of the day,
Right.
That evening, I guess.
Yes. So we leave. Epcot is closed. It's raining. And we could care less because walking is kind of helping us with the extreme abdominal discomfort
digestion
we're feeling from having over 8. And it takes a while, but we get back to the Coronado because you're doing it in the rain and we got to walk in the rain. It sucks, but we're feeling, our stomachs at least are feeling a little bit better.
You were disoriented. Yeah.
And somehow I found the strength to stop at the gift shop and get my wife 2 bottles of Jack Daniels as an apology for the Takumi Thai mishap because she wasn't all that happy about
You're
this.
a good guy, I tell you. Good guy, I tell you.
So we get back to the room and finally get to check out our Casitas Executive Suite. And guys, I got to tell you, this place is gorgeous.
Beautiful.
It's well worth the money. It's the nicest Disney hotel room I've ever stayed in. It's only like, I want to say like 1,000. Was it, Rachel? How much was that?
No, that sounds about right because your package was, I think, like 8,000, but that included your tickets too.
Yes.
So that sounds about right.
This room can fit, I don't know, like I would say like 8 to 9 people.
Easily.
If you didn't care if you lived that bohemian lifestyle where you didn't care if you're sleeping on top of people or whatever.
Yeah.
Especially my wife, she likes space. That's on this big thing. She needs to spread out.
Silence.
Okay.
Yes.
Space.
There are 2 rooms. Each have walk-in bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
The main master bedroom, which is where I was sleeping. Anna was sleeping in the other main bedroom, which had 2 beds, and Lily was in there with her. My main bedroom had a huge basin tub, just soak in. They had a walk-in shower, walk-in toilet, or how you want to put it. A huge dining table.
Nice. Yeah, that dining was crazy.
Yeah, that table was really pretty.
Oh my god!
You had your little bar. You had a microwave.
Oh yeah, we had a bar. We had the microwave. We had a
refrigerator.
Huge living room area with a pull-out sofa. That's what Emmy was sleeping on. But there were various other little things that you could have slept in. People could have doubled up in beds and everything like that.
Chairs. Yeah.
And the whole thing was decorated with different images and theming from Coco, which made it even better because that's one of my favorite Disney movies.
Yeah, hands down.
Yeah. So when we got back, man, that was one of the first things I did. I jumped in the tub, and after a few minutes, I could feel myself falling asleep. Like I thought I was going to drown.
I bet.
Yes. So I got out, I got dressed, I popped quite a few blisters because I'd already blistered up.
Oh my gosh.
Just in that first day of being there. I climbed into bed and I texted Rachel that, look, we're sleeping in tomorrow. Please grab Genie Plus, a virtual queue for Tron, whatever attractions you think work well. And that, I swear to you, that is the only time I've ever trusted a TA to do all that while I slept.
Right.
Like, generally, I had TAs in the past, and we would all wake up at the same time, we'd all try it. I knew Rachel would get it. Like, just my paranoia and anxiety would normally have me waking up at 7 a.m. I did not. I slept through everything.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, we were.
Good.
So that was our first day in Disney on our vacation, and it was an eventful one. It was a great one. There was a couple surprises and everything like that, but I can't tell you how easy the day was. Look, it's hot to go right now. There's nothing you can do about the weather. It is hot. But you can pretty much get on any ride.
Yeah.
You can get virtual queues whenever you want to. You might have to wait a little while. You can get Lightning Lane access whenever you want to. This is the right time to go to Disney. If you want to go to Disney and experience less than optimum crowds like you normally do, then this was the time to go.
Just before Memorial Day, I guess.
Yeah. And I think one of the other key things, like you said, with Dan and Rachel, y'all pretty much play. So again, thank you for that. I mean, like, for me, it was
mostly her.
Yeah, well again, because for me, it was smooth as silk. It was more like, I just was like, hey, as long as I can do this and this, I'm good. So the rest of it was like a completely unpredictable adventure to me.
Right.
And again, with the room, like I stayed in a separate room, but oh man, my bed was more comfortable than my bed at home.
Yeah.
And it was like, and then they have this thing, which is really cool. I suggest if somebody's gonna stay over there, and I like Coronado. I like the decor of it.
Love the Coronado.
I like that it was playing that Salvador Dali movie. I got to see that. It's very distinct. It's got its own style.
And the pool. The dig site.
Ooh, boy.
Although
that's another day.
Yeah, we'll get that to another day.
That's another day. But I was going to say, so one thing that made it easy for me is I'm a person that stays up really late, and I like to watch television at night. But most of the time we're on a Disney vacation, Stacy's not on anymore, so they just play cartoons or what to do with, what the day's like. So I don't watch any of this stuff. Well, if you have an app, like say a Netflix or Hulu or something, like something that can be cast to a TV, well, now they have it, at least at this place, where you can cast your app to your hotel television.
No way. Cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was good.
That is really cool.
You can select connect to this device. It'll give you the instructions are really easy. You can scan the QR code or go to the site that they tell you. Just connect to their Wi-Fi. Boom. I was playing just anything I wanted at that point.
It's all of the rooms that have been recently renovated.
I like
That's
that.
smart on their part. Yeah,
Very.
I love that. I used to bring my own device.
Yeah, I used to bring my Apple TV when we go on vacation, but like Jim, when we go to Disney, I don't do it because we're very rarely in the room. But we spent quite a bit of time in the room, not a ton, but quite a bit more time than what we normally would spend in any other room because it was such a great room. I mean, one of the best things that we did was right before Lily's birthday, we were hiding stuff and we were coming up with poems and stuff like that to write on her card. And we were all just hanging around at the table, cracking jokes and just drinking and eating and having a great time. I mean, that room was, I think that I would do that over a villa any day of the week.
Yeah.
And nobody felt cramped, over
love
each
that.
other,
Yeah.
was in there. It was like, when I watched them in there, I was like, oh yeah, this is incredibly spacious. And they didn't even utilize the whole area.
No.
That's the crazy part.
Right.
The only thing I would complain about is like for such a huge dining room table, you would think that there would be silverware or plates or something.
Oh, really?
But nothing.
Oh, that's surprising.
Yeah, there was nothing. Housekeeping was hard. Like housekeeping no-showed twice, so we missed out on coffee. But yeah, there was no forks, there was no plates, there was no nothing like that. That was a little bit of a bummer. But other than that, like I can't really think of too much else to complain about. I love the Casitas executive suite.
Yeah, well, if you want something to eat and you're there, you better knock it out before 11 o'clock.
Yeah,
you're
Not really, because everything closes. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't play either over there. That's a different story, I guess, for another day. But trust me, if you want something, 11 o'clock, they shut
It's
the
not
lights
like
off
here
on
where
you.
everything's open. Yeah.
Yeah, so
For the
beware of
most
that.
part. Oh, good to know. Well, I'm very excited to hear the rest of y'all's trip, because there's like a whole other bunch of things that we hadn't even talked about. I remember talking about last time we were talking about you guys going.
Yeah, well, you sure look, but this was the most eventful day, I gotta say.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. It sounds like a lot of fun.
That's a lot to say. We're only up for like 3 hours.
From gummies to the casitas is definitely awesome.
Gummies to casitas.
Oh, and I brought my gummies with me. Too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, just in case I had the ocular migraine. But hey, look,
Never had it?
We're in suspense. Yeah, never had it.
Never had it.
That's
had
great.
it.
You
Worked
had it
out
just
well.
in case. That's beautiful. I love it. Well, thanks, man. I'm looking forward to hearing the next part of the saga.
Can't wait to tell it to you.
Yeah, awesome. And look, if you have any questions about, booking a trip with Rachel, if you want to book a trip or have any questions in general about us, we're about to tell you how to get in touch with us in just a little bit.
Be prepared for the easiest vacation you ever had, guys.
Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed that part 1 of their trip report to Walt Disney World in May 2023. If you want to learn more about us, the Magic Our Way podcast, go to magicourway.com. There you'll find our social media links, past episodes, and more. Also, if you want to get in touch with us, like I said, to share any opinions or questions, do so through the following ways. Shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com or call or text us at 1-815-MOWEEKEND. That is 1-815
Mo Weekend.
669-4226. And of course, we have a couple of people who do things outside of the podcast. First of all, we got Eli does things with comics. What's up, sir?
Oh, yes. As always, you can visit the Ivory Comics website, www.ivorycomics.com, and check out the comics. I made 48 pages, fully colored. The only added, each of them is for the Magic Our Way podcast. So there's Project Geisha, The Molly Be Damned, and of course, Savages. There's also blog posts and interviews, and of course, a link to this podcast so you never miss a beat. So please support the indie arts. Check out ivorycomics.com. If you want to find me out there on social media, sometimes I'm hanging out there when I'm not trying to recover from a long trip or somebody giving me their children.
Yeah.
I had totally
That would
forgot
need
about
recovery.
that would need recovery.
Absolutely.
I knew you would forget about that one.
I did that on purpose. But yes, on Facebook, you can find me there, Eli H. Ivory. So as long as you're in person, pleasure to meet you. But if you're about, don't need to greet you. And if you're about trying to offer me your children, please don't. Also, Project Geisha has a Facebook page, so facebook.com/Project Geisha. Instagram, eIvory504. I'm right up there posting up the hearts and the likes. Of course, on Twitter, I can be found at Hancock10166. So if you appreciate the madness, you just bring me the gladness. Thank you very much.
And if you want to book a vacation with Rachel, just like these guys did, Rachel, tell them how to do this.
Just like these guys. And a big shout out to listener The Raz just booked a cruise with me for December.
Hey, Rez.
She said she's never booked with a TA before, so that was a huge honor. So I'm excited to help her book or help her plan her cruise for December of this year. So
She's a fellow teacher,
Yeah.
and
yes,
she's very, very knowledgeable. So the fact that she's reaching out to you shows how much she thinks of you.
yes. So thank you to the Raz for booking, and I'm so excited to help you and your friend plan your cruise. But you can reach out to me at Rachel, RACHEL at magicourway.com. You can also find me at Facebook. I'm at R Family Magic, the letter R and then Family Magic. I'm also same handle on, I almost said Twitter, but I'm not on Twitter.
Instagram.
On Instagram and YouTube and a little bit on TikTok. I'm kind of working on that. And I just would be so honored to help you book your trip. You can also call or text me if that's the easiest way. 978-432-WISH. Again, honored to plan your trip. Thanks a lot.
So if you all want to access all the info that we just mentioned, go to magicourway.com/about us. Plus, if you want to elevate your support of the Magic Our Way podcast, go to patreon.com/Magic Our Way. There you'll find 6 awesome tiers to support this show. Any way in which you can support the show is deeply appreciated. We also want to thank you for being a loyal listener, and we always love hearing from our listeners. All opinions are always welcome in the Magic Our Way podcast, so make sure you get in touch with us today. So, more weekends, we say Kwaharini. My name is Kevin.
I'm Danny.
Magic out.